January 24, 1848. A quiet winter morning along the American River in Coloma, California. James Marshall, a simple carpenter inspecting a water channel at Sutter's mill, catches a bright flicker beneath the crystal-clear water. He reaches down and picks up a heavy, shiny yellow nugget. Marshall and his employer try to keep it a secret, but a discovery this massive cannot be buried. Within months, news spreads like wildfire across a young nation. Farms are abandoned overnight, ships are left rotting in harbors, and clerks walk out on their jobs. Over 300,000 fortune seekers from every corner of the globe pack their lives into wooden wagons and set sail on perilous ocean voyages. This wasn't just a discovery, it was the birth of the American dream and the greatest mass migration in the nation's history. When President James K. Polk officially confirmed the gold discovery to the United States Congress in December 1848, skepticism turned into absolute madness. Overnight, gold fever exploded into a global phenomenon. From London and Paris to Canton and Honolulu, ordinary people abandoned everything they knew. California was a remote, barely inhabited territory with no infrastructure, yet suddenly it became the center of the world's attention. Merchants sold their shops, sailors deserted their ships the moment they dropped anchor, and families pooled their life savings just to purchase mining tools and passage west. Thousands made the choice to risk everything for a chance at instant wealth, setting off on journey options that tested human endurance to its limits. Getting to California in 1849 was a monumental test of human endurance. Travel options were brutally limited, forcing fortune seekers to choose between three grueling paths across land and sea. The overland route pushed pioneer wagon trains across 2,000 miles of scorching prairie deserts and rugged mountain passes. Those choosing the sea faced a 6-month voyage around the stormy, icy tip of South America's Cape Horn, or a dangerous shortcut through the dense, tropical jungles of the Isthmus of Panama. Yet, despite heat, exhaustion, and unpredictable wilderness, the promise of gold pushed hundreds of thousands forward, fueled by an unbreakable spirit of adventure. When these weary travelers finally reached California, they entered a world unlike anything they had ever imagined. In early 1848, San Francisco was a tiny, sleepy trading village of barely 1,000 residents. Within 18 months, it exploded into a roaring, bustling metropolis of over 25,000 people from every corner of the globe. Canvas tents, wooden shacks, and improvised storefronts sprang up overnight along unpaved, muddy streets. Abandoned sailing ships in the harbor were hauled onto land and turned into hotels, warehouses, and banks. It was a chaotic, high-energy boomtown where raw gold was used as currency, and where a new American frontier was being built from the ground up out of sheer ambition. Beyond the bustling streets of San Francisco lay the true reality of the gold fields. For thousands of prospectors, known as 49ers, daily life was a relentless test of physical endurance. Standing waist-deep in freezing mountain streams for hours, miners used iron pans to swirl icy water and gravel, searching for tiny flakes of glistening gold. As simple surface gold quickly ran out, teams built complex wooden rocker boxes and long sluice channels to filter tons of river dirt. Home was a drafty canvas tent or a rough timber shelter, with simple meals cooked over open campfires under the wilderness stars. While few struck it rich beyond their wildest dreams, the shared hardship fostered a unique frontier spirit in the California wilderness. While thousands of prospectors searched endlessly for elusive gold, a different kind of fortune was being made away from the rivers. The real winners of the California gold rush weren't the miners, they were the merchants. Smart entrepreneurs realized that selling goods to desperate fortune seekers was far more reliable than panning for gold. Every miner needed tents, pickaxes, and, above all, durable work pants. In 1853, a young Bavarian immigrant named Levi Strauss arrived in San Francisco with rolls of heavy canvas. When miners complained that ordinary trousers tore too easily, Strauss began crafting rugged work pants reinforced with copper rivets. Born out of necessity, these durable cotton trousers became an iconic American symbol, proving that during a gold rush, the surest way to get rich was selling the shovels. As gold filtered through the world economy, it drew an incredibly diverse population to California, creating a unique, yet tense, cultural melting pot. The fields were filled with American pioneers, European revolutionaries, Mexican miners, and Chinese peasants, all sharing the same mud and dreams. This rapid influx accelerated California's transition from a remote territory to a powerful state, which was admitted to the Union in 1850. But this explosive growth came at a price. While some found community, others faced increasing discrimination as resource competition grew. Without a strong legal system in the camps, makeshift justice emerged, and new social barriers began to form, foreshadowing the complex challenges of modern California. By the mid-1850s, the era of the individual 49er panning for gold was rapidly coming to an end. The easy surface deposits were gone, requiring massive industrial operations to reach the treasure buried deep within the mountains. The romance of the lone prospector vanished as powerful hydraulic mining took over. Giant water cannons, called monitors, were unleashed on the landscape, blasting away entire hillsides with high-pressure water to expose the gold-bearing gravel. While incredibly efficient, this new industrial method was devastatingly destructive. It permanently scarred the California wilderness, choked rivers with sediment, and required massive corporate capital, transforming the gold rush from an adventure into an industry. By 1860, the gold fields had fallen silent, and the wild energy of the California gold rush had run its course. While few 49ers accumulated vast fortunes, the event permanently transformed America. It accelerated the settlement of the West, paved the way for California's statehood, and generated the immense wealth that fueled the industrial rise of the United States. It embedded the ideal of the American dream, the belief that anyone, through hard work and determination, could achieve instant success, deep into the national psyche. Today, the scarred mountains and quiet rivers of the Sierra Nevada serve as silent monuments. They remind us of a chaotic, ambitious moment in history when a simple discovery on a riverbank ignited a global phenomenon and built the modern foundation of the American West.